of those come in at. And so I worked there as a teletype repairman for a long time. I also would like to tell you a story along about this time too, about this man that I have a picture of over here. He was my buddy for a long, long time while I was in the 6th Ranger Battalion. Now, like I say, I was the only one that didn't drink or smoke, and so they used to really kid me a lot. In fact, this guy called me Bish all the time. But he was about 35 years old, and I was only 18 or 19 at that time. And he had a wife back home and 2 kids. And he was in this company. And I remember this story about him one night. He came up, and it was on the Saturday of payday, this Saturday night, and he came up after getting his pay check, and they always paid us in cash. And so I was sitting on my bunk after I'd gone through the pay line, and I always sent all my money home because I didn't have anything except maybe buy a souvenir now and then or something. It was about the only thing. But he come up to me, and the thing that they used to do in this company is they'd start out on Saturday night right after they got paid, and they'd start having crap games or card games or something like that, and they would play all Saturday night all the way through Sunday, all Sunday night. And so by Monday morning there was 2 or 3 guys that would have everybody's paycheck in the whole company that they had won, or they'd either lost it in a crap game, or they'd gone down to the PX and drunk it all up in beer and been drunk all weekend. It was really an outfit that I was in. Anyhow, this guy was that way. He was really bad to get drunk and shoot crap. He used to like to do that. That's where you shoot dice, you know. That's what they called it. And he came up that one night, I remember. I was sitting on my bunk after I'd gone through the pay line. And he come up and he says, "Here is half of my paycheck." And so he counted out some bills and gave them to me. He says, "I want you to keep this for me." He says, "My wife at home, one of the kids is really sick, and she needs the money really bad." He says, "Now I'm going to go down to PX, and he says, I'll probably get drunk as a skunk, and he says, I'll probably come back here, and he says, I'll raise all kinds of hell and try to get this money back for you. But he says, I don't want you to give it to me. He says, I want you to see that Monday morning I get a money order and send this off home to my wife." Now I thought that was really something, you know. Here he was, we had never known each other, never even seen each other or knew anything about each other before we came into the service. And we'd been together at this particular time about 9 months or a year almost. And he trusted me more than he trusted himself. And so I took his money, and he came back that night, he did. And he raised Cain too, he really did. And the next Monday morning, I went with him just like he said down, and we filled out a money order and sent that money home. Now, that's quite a story, I think, about living the principles of the gospel. He thought an awful lot of me, even though he had razzed me an awful lot because I didn't do some of the things that they did.